to do the clip alignment with a little mum and pop software company called DaVinci.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve. It's a real game changer.
AI, yeah, it's big, isn't it? It's quite an invention.
That's what I think. That's in terms of in the pantheon of understatements. That's right up there.
I've actually, we can chat about it later, but I've been getting right into AI. I don't have a thought myself anymore.
So
this is the first time I've thought to myself today.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Did AI help you with the painting this morning?
That's the only thing it can't do is physical activity. But if I have anything I need now, like even if I have to talk to either of you, and if I had my phone here, I would just
all of the WhatsApp messages that we receive.
I screenshot the message and then I say, what should I say?
What would I say? Normally,
and then I'll say things like, "That's not my tone. Fix it." And like I'm pretty stern with my AI bots. Yeah.
What do you use? ChatGPT?
I've actually changed.
Gemini?
No, I've moved recently. It's actually going to be in my low key cooking.
Okay.
But if you want it now, it's that's up to you.
No, it's okay. Well, what do you use it to do with your prompts? Like, how do you? Because that's the key, right?
I'm pretty liberal with my I talk to it like a friend, and then I scold it a tiny bit, so very much like a friend. No, I just I'm very conversational with it. I don't actually use any of those, prompts like you're supposed to, but I do always tell it now, this is my big thing, is I write 4 things at the end. Don't agree with me just for the sake of agreeing with me. Challenge what I've said. Take your time, source as many sources as possible. I'm in no rush. And then try to deliver it back in my tone if it's something that I need in my tone.
Here's the funny thing about the rush. It's it takes an extra 0.3 of a second to find extra resources.
Take 3 minutes. But if I'm in a life or death situation, I'll let ChatGPT know and then it can speed things up. Otherwise, I probably can wait the 3 minutes. If it's that's the longest.
I saw that is it the Department of Defence is no longer using some form of AI, that they had an argument with their software company or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the Pope and all the popes are not allowed to use it for their sermons anymore. Apparently they got caught using it.
I think there's only one pope.
Sorry.
The cardinals and the priests and whatnot.
Yeah, the cardinals and priests are not allowed to use AI for their sermons moving forward.
I wonder if AI can prove or disprove the existence of either a monotheistic or multi-theistic kind of God or gods.
Well, the issue we have is that it would it's only going to obviously take in information that already exists, where it exists and how it takes it in, and then how it thinks on its own is obviously where there's grey areas. But proving anything is going to be very difficult because it's either what information already exists, so we would have been able to prove it, or it's decided to go out on a limb, which is not proving. It's just an
But
opinion.
you can give opinions, can't you?
Yeah, you can give opinions.
Okay, right.
But that won't be proof enough. You'd still need humans or some sort of way to prove that comment or that thought or that opinion is fact. Until you don't, and then we're done. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's Terminator 2 territory, Kate. It's Schwarzenegger on a motorbike. It's John Connors. It's T-1000.
Yeah.
It's all of that. Issues when that
it won't be our
up.
lifetime. I reckon we'll get through.
Oh, thankfully. Yeah.
And then our kids will have a really real shit one, which again, I'll only have 30 years of that, 30, 40 years, and then I'm done. I'm out.
This is a nice positive start.
Yeah. What are you? Yeah. Actually, on that note, we were all up pretty. Kate is up early every day. So it's not a big deal for you.
She's a bit of a go-getter.
Yeah.
You can't see her right now, but she's getting and going.
I'm just looking at the boys smugly.
What time were you up this morning, Kate?
I was up 6.
4:45.
What were you doing?
Well, Hamish had to do a 20k run, so I was good and supported him on the bike.
Oh, really? Where at?
Just kind of up the Murray Creek, around sort of in Reservoir and
Did you go to
Reservoir,
Coburg?
sorry.
Let's go to Coburg.
Coburg.
I call it Reservoir.
What do you? Because when I first moved here, I said reservoir. I know everyone was like, "What?"
Well,
Reservoir?
anybody south of Bell Street these days calls it reservoir, which is the reason why it is a suburb, because there are reservoirs there. That's why it's called reservoir.
Yeah.
But obviously, the people from the northern suburbs, of which I was one, I've been calling it reservoir my whole life, but now I call it reservoir. It's nice out there though. Go up and down the Merri Creek. It's quite pleasant.
Yeah. Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah. Not many people out actually. But yes, and you were in Warrandyte?
I was in Warrandyte this morning.
What were you doing?
Activation. So both you and I were doing activations this morning, which is pretty insane.
Physio Life?
For Physio Life, we were down. We sponsor the Warrandyte 5K. There's a Warrandyte running festival, Run Warrandyte it's called, and it's got a 21, a 10, a 5, and a kids 1.2. So it was absolutely pumping down there this morning. And it's
I
one
really
of those,
like Warrandyte. It's a nice.
it's a
area,
beautiful
isn't it?
place. Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. You know one thing about it though, it's one of those so it happens around the start of March every year, and I dread waking up because I usually Sunday mornings is the one time in the week I get to sleep in, and when the alarm went off this morning, I hated life.
What time were you up?
7.
It's still rough. It's still rough.
Which isn't super early for a lot of people, but for me it's very early. And up until the point where I was able to get that first beautiful sip of coffee, I was really hating life. But one thing that I always come out of this event is I really actually love doing the event, because it's just an energy. There's so much energy around. You get to speak to people. I saw the testosterone replacement final boss when I was there. A gentleman who would have been in his 60s, hot dog skin,
Crispy?
10% body fat, and shirt off, just strutting around. There was no one getting him to put his shirt on.
Is he going to live longer? Is that...
It's a great question. He did have, and this is not me making it up, this definitely happened. If he's out there, hey, shout us out, because if I'm 60 years old, I'm looking like this fella, you'd be pretty happy.
He was looking good. The skin wasn't sagging.
It's not sagging, but it looks like a hot dog. It's the hot dog.
It's crispy.
Hue.
Okay.
And
I don't have hot dogs that often. Do you have a picture?
Yeah. What's that often for you? A hot dog?
Once a year, maybe?
Yeah, it's very infrequent hot dog usage. Hot dog consumption.
And he had a mullet, which is amazing, like modern mullet.
Yeah.
And he also had a Hells Angels tattoo on his back.
Huge.
So obviously I'm not going to go and then approach this gentleman.
Yeah, but if he comes to
various
you...
reasons.
Did he come to your tent though?
No, he didn't. He was sort of sashaying around the activation
You might have had
area.
to rub hot oil on the hot dog if he did come to your tent.
Yeah, no, it's not hot oil. Hot oil is for medieval battles where they dump it on people trying to scale walls.
Do you know what physios do?
Yeah, sorry. What is it? Is it a magnesium tingling cream?
No, I don't, you know what? It's got all sorts of stuff in it. It's got like arnica and
Oh yeah.
it's got a little bit of anti-inflammatory. But I love the people. It's always the same people who just have. There's a little bit of trepidation coming to the tent. Obviously, you're doing like rub downs on people, and there were probably 5 or 6 of us there, which was great. But you just need that first person to dip their toe in the water, and then it just becomes a flood. People are just, when they see the tables there, and they're like, well, they're there for a reason, but I don't want to bother the physios. And then before you know it, one person goes on and there's a line of 15 people waiting. And then the thing that does annoy me slightly is you get the people who give you their life story about every single injury they've ever had, and they kind of want you to do a full assessment, and they want you to give them a full treatment plan, and you're like, look mate, it's a 10-minute rub after a fun run on a Sunday. Like, you have to pay for that stuff. But you've been activating as well this morning, Pet, at the
pre-activation. Yeah, pre-activation. We've just been and like I do it often, painting marketing arches for a Grand Prix activation that we have upcoming. So not as fulfilling as your activation this morning.
You might have the NPL Pickleball might have the widest array of activation sites that I've ever witnessed.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we just
you
need
go-
to turn that into revenue now.
Yeah, no, but it is impressive. Are you the person in charge of activations?
I'm in charge of getting us everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for example, last year I just sent out 10 emails to different people I found on LinkedIn being like, hey, we'd love to activate at the Grand Prix. Someone replied and they put us in the fan zone, which was where the tennis is.
Oh, yeah.
Last year they had like a new fan zone created. But then because that went really well, this year the actual Grand Prix reached out and go, we loved what you guys did in the fan zone. So we
Wow.
want to get you at Bender 8 in the Albert Park precinct. So we'll be
Jeez.
there. There's a bar there. There's a half-court basketball court. But it's more just being inside the actual Grand Prix, which is a step up. But you just got to ask. What's the worst that could happen? No. Which
Yeah.
also hurts, by the way. Yeah.
Which is not great.
Yeah, no is bad, by the way.
And do you, sorry if we're going into too much depth here, but do you make money or is it more about
Great
awareness?
question. Great question after the hot oil mistake of earlier. But
This is, you know what's funny about this, Kate? The investors have been asking the same question.
You make
6
us
months.
money.
No, it's a very good question. So in this case, as an example, we don't. I guess it depends on the size of the event and where we are in the life cycle of that partnership. So as an example, the Grand Prix is paying for our staff, so we're not
Yeah.
going to lose, but then we have to provide the court, the nets, the paddles
Yeah, yeah.
for free.
Okay.
But we get to activate it, we get to have branding around it. Like I can turn that into theoretically tens of thousands of dollars of media,
Yeah.
earned media.
And if I'm a punter going to the Grand Prix, I can play a game with people
Yep,
for free.
For free.
Right,
We'll
yeah.
circle through people for every 4 or 5 minutes. With
Yeah, nice, okay.
But then there might be other activations we do, which might be the second or third year of it, or it might be particularly someone's asked us to do something where we will charge. It's still a bit, because pickleball's so new, it still is a bit, sometimes it's service for service, like this. Sometimes it's service for payment. I would love it to be all service for payment, because they are like a lot of work. But we're getting more refined where we're picking and choosing our battles. Like, I'm not going to say yes to everything anymore that's service for service, because pickleball is a bit more advanced. But if it's something like the Grand Prix, if it's something like the Spring Racing Carnival, it's something like Australian Open, we'll do it even if we might not get paid, because the being associated, the PR we might get out of it is worth a lot to us.
You've done it in some strange places. I mean, you've obviously mentioned, you've reeled off 3 major sporting events.
Yeah, we've done some very minor places as well, like the Moondog Brewery and
That was good, that one, the one
Yeah.
in Preston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was solid.
You went down to that one,
No.
but you were aware.
yeah, it was
Oh,
aware
yeah,
of
I
it.
heard.
That's our issue. That's why our investors are, asking big question marks. People are aware but not attending.
They have the bar over the bars, obviously those sort of rooftop bars
Yeah,
that you have
the
them in.
QT is a paid job. We've done One Hotels where we had Yannick Sinner, Naomi Osaka playing on it. Then we've done like the Good Friday appeal. That was free because it is a charitable.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a monster one because we did a full court.
Are you
That
gonna do
would
that
be
again?
that would be bad if you charged them.
Yeah, look, I waived the fee. Like I made a big deal. No.
Meanwhile, like this, next time he asks for payment and some poor kid doesn't get dialysis.
Yeah, those are the things I have to weigh up as well. But I do have investors, and I've got no idea who that kid is. So he really is you got to weigh things up. But no, we've done random. We did Marvel Stadium once upon a time. There's going to be more and more. It's just going to be a choice. We did Melbourne Central underneath the really annoying clock tower. We did that with the cock.
Yes.
The Nasi Kokonakis. That's his nickname. The cock. Yeah. KOK.
Yeah.
And Cotton On, which is, booming
brand.
worldwide clothing brand on the more budget side, but gee, they can make a t-shirt. So yeah,
I think we all have something from Cotton.
yeah, I've got, and some of us more than one thing.
Bailey Smith's got a Ferrari from
So yeah, it's a bit of a smorgasbord of locations we've done, but everyone hates it internally. Like no one enjoys the actual events and activation, like setting it up, and it's I don't mind it that much, but everyone else hates it, so I have to be mindful
Some
as well.
people have private lives, I guess.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like it's physical labour, and we live in a soft world. I think everyone's soft now. Like I don't mind physical.
Yes, I can't remember the last time I've been asked to paint in my
Yeah, like
corporate
paint
job.
or like build stuff. Like I'm always like half the year I'm just sweating bullets in a t-shirt putting together plastic
But that is
cords.
what I think is quite cool about your job, is that it's so varied.
Yeah.
One minute you're on the laptop, the next you're
Yeah.
painting. So
Yeah. The issue we have is that it's not an issue, but like my time spent on the laptop is much more valuable for the business than my time spent building cords
Painting.
and painting. But that's where the balance is, and that's where you find the extra hours, I guess. You know, the old hustle.
And you got to hustle.
You've got to hustle. I mean,
So
you
you-
got up at 7 this morning. I will say, actually, no, I'll save it.
On a Sunday.
I'll save it for what are we doing here?
We actually did our grand opening, or we'll call it a grand opening. It was quite a quiet opening of the clinic yesterday.
Oh,
Kate
really?
came down. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Was it just a light grand opening?
Yeah, we had a few drinks and canapes.
a few balloons.
Canapes. There were
Not canapes. It was just a cheese board.
It
was a
If we're
cheese
going to
board.
use the word canapes, like there has to be canapes. It's not just a word that you can roll off and not be called.
The nibbles were lovely. I think it's a bit of a loose.
Yeah, canapes. Yeah,
definition.
canapes for me is like you've got butlers there. Like if there's canapes.
There were a few just random people off the street that came in.
Really?
Yeah, so they were like, oh, this is open. There seems to be stuff going on. There was a guy who just grabbed a beer.
Everyone walked out.
No, he was just
Yeah, okay.
walking around like, oh yeah, nice.
Love that.
And it's like his connection is I live locally.
Well,
Fair enough.
Well, he might be a customer.
He might come in, and if he does, like I'll be very, very happy. That's it's already worth it. Then.
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. That's my favourite.
Did you want to shout out on the pod?
No, I think
Hashtag
most
spot.
people who listen to the pod know that Physio Life is a major sponsor of the pod, along with NPL Pickleball.
Yeah, huge sponsor.
Yeah.
Again,
But-
all sweat and service.
If
sponsorship.
anybody lives local to Alphington, get in
Or
touch.
in the inner north,
Oh,
generally.
sorry,
In the inner north. The inner north's on the up. We know that. Is Richmond's not really inner north, it's
Nah,
central.
it's more central. Yeah,
But it is north of the Yarra,
it is north of the Yarra.
which really all
But
that
I
matters.
count Richmond as south of the Yarra. I know that sounds
Yeah,
ridiculous,
philosophically
but
it is. No,
philosophically,
it
if you
is.
live in Richmond, you relate more to South Yarra than you do to
Yes.
anything north. You know, but what you said before, actually, you know how you said if that guy who came in and got a beer, if he turns into a customer and makes it all worth it. That's my favourite line for any time we do some physical labour. I'm like, if we just get this one thing, it makes it all worth it. And everyone just...
Rolls their eyes.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, well, that thing's not going to happen. So
Yeah, we
now
get-
it's not all worth it.
If we get this one drunk punter on turn 8 at the Grand Prix
It's
to
all
come
gonna be
in and
worth
book
it.
one single hour
Yeah.
with their 4 friends, which will make us a grand total of $100, it's
Less
worth it.
60. Yeah, it will be worth it.
Yeah, but they're going to buy drinks.
You hope so. A couple of VBs, maybe.
And then maybe you can put a boardroom in the place.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things ahead of the boardroom, but boardroom is certainly in the nice to have category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what you want. It's what every business wants.
Yeah.
And some people, it's cart before the horse. They
Yeah,
put it in
it is.
put it in first, and they've got 3 people who work for the
Yeah.
company.
How many people put the horse before the cart? Like, you hear about the cart before the horse, but it's very rare that obviously a lot of people are putting the horse before the cart, but you never actually hear that as an expression.
Well, I think, as a mode of transport, it did go out of vogue a little
Yes,
bit.
a while ago.
I do suspect
while.
once AI creates the nuclear apocalypse and we're all back to Nokia 3310s, I think it'll be cart and horse and cart time again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to horse and cart. I'm done with cars and traffic. I don't
Yeah.
think that's the answer
I
long
don't think it would
term.
help the traffic situation if everybody changed to horse and cart. It would be carnage.
Yeah, but it would be sort of like relaxing.
Fun.
Yeah, it would be
you know-
relaxing and fun.
I think also the motor vehicle fatalities would greatly drop.
Yeah, well, because
Because there would be no roaches.
I think a combination of horse and cart and flying cars is what we need as a society. I just can't be sitting in some of these traffic.
Mate, I'm way past that. Teleportation.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a port.
Teleportation would be incredible.
Yeah, teleportation.
Think about that.
I think a teleportation, but it needs to be via port key, like in Harry Potter. So you can't just have everyone teleporting. Like there needs to be like actual areas of teleportation. Otherwise, it's just chaos. Like if everyone's teleporting at any time, like at any point you could if you're having a bad conversation at the Physiolife Alphington soft hard launch, and you're just like teleport, like it just changes the fabric
it
of
does.
society.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like we have airports
keys.
for teleportation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine going to London or New York.
yeah, it'd be amazing. You still have to go through customs and security, but then teleport. Although, yeah, sometimes the fun is in the actual, the journey, not the destination.
Yeah. We wouldn't have eat, pray, love if we
we'd
were
come up with
teleporting.
we'd come up with some other horrible 3 consecutive words to have on our walls. Yeah,
Love, laugh, live.
live. Yeah, that would be replaced by something. Teleport, transcribe. Terrific. I don't know. Yeah.
What would middle-aged women on Facebook have as on their profile?
The pride, the pride circle.
Around their profile
Yeah,
picture.
around their profile picture.
Or
yeah.
I stand with insert
Yeah.
insert social
Yeah.
kind of.
Or maybe we bring back Coney 2012 or whatever it was.
Hey, they never got him.
They
Still
never
out
got
there, isn't he?
Coney.
He's still
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, I miss thinking about Coney. I haven't thought about him for a while, but I remember that was a big deal.
At the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, what is also a big deal is the 2026 AFL season.
This
And
is-
Great segue.
and this is going to be our preview pod. We're going to walk through our normal categories that we've done the last 2 years: contenders, pretenders, sliders, and cellar dwellers. And there's going to be some controversial takes here.
Yeah.
I suspect, particularly from Pet, less so from Kate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although I am looking forward to Kate putting out some
Thoughts.
Yeah, busting some fans.
Busting.
Busting some myths.
Ideas. Ideas about the season. So, Pat, well, generally, we talked about who you thought has won the off-season
Yep.
last week, which is St Kilda. After taking
And
in,
Gold Coast, yeah.
and Gold Coast, after taking in some practice matches potentially, or practice match results,
Yep.
has that changed any of your thinking at all?
Well, I think there's... I'm actually not going to be that controversial. I think there's maximum 4 contenders this year. I actually think there's 2, really.
Go for it. What do you got?
I can't envisage a world, if I can say the word envisage, I can't envisage a world where we don't have Gold Coast versus Brisbane as the grand final. It's the Q Clash.
Whoa.
All roads lead to Q Clash grand final.
Beef on the Reef.
And Beef on the Reef and Brisbane, the Battalion, 3 years on, winning 3 back-to-backs.
The Sunshine Smash.
Lockie Neal holding it up, Crossley in the crowd. It has everything. And even watching the Pracky match between Brisbane and Gold Coast, nothing changed my opinion there. I only have one other club I think that can contend this year, and that's the Western Bulldogs.
Ooh.
So that's maybe a bit more. I genuinely think there's only three clubs that can win the grand final.
So let's just break that down for a moment. Brisbane obviously haven't lost much.
Haven't lost much, and they've
Lost Cal Archie, and they've lost Big O.
Okay, so Big O is nothing. Kalachi is a bit
Nothing Big O. Spiritual leader.
Spiritual, but yeah, it's done. He's given his spirit. There's no more spirit required. Kalachi is a bit of a loss because he plays this sort of, I don't even know what role you'd call it, but it's like Mr. Fix-It. He's sort of like a Band-Aid player that all good clubs have. So I would call that a loss. But then their list is just so good. And they're only getting better. And here's the thing why they're going to challenge this year, no matter what their win-loss is throughout the season. The monkey's off. This is a successful dynasty, close to dynasty already. When you play with the monkey off the back, you play unbelievable footy. And they're going to do that this year. The same with Lockie Neal, monkeys off the back. Like,
The Sam's monkey, Kate.
they're Sans monkey, and they already have the best list. So you have no pressure, because no one's going to turn on them if they don't win the flag. So they have no pressure and best list, and they can create this legacy three-peat, which just is so hard to do.
So, yeah, and they've added Oscar Allen.
Added Oscar Allen.
They've added Sam Draper, off an Achilles.
Yeah, who won't add that much, because I've seen that he just doesn't get on the park
They've
at
got
Essendon.
probably 5 youngsters that are just not even. They're probably 3 years away from their peak, to be honest.
And Logan Morris is a freak.
Yeah, so they got Logan Morris, they got Wilmot, Fletcher, the Ashcroft brothers. That's impressive.
Yeah, McCluggage is going to take a half step. Neil is just going to play uninhibited. Like, I don't know how you can have anyone else as the premiership favourite.
Yeah, I agree with the premiership favouritism thing. What about Gold Coast? I mean, Gold Coast have also added to their list quite significantly. You've got Petrarca.
Yep, who I rate. I think he's going to have...
Is he back?
I think he can... I think he'll challenge for the Brownlow this year. There's another hot take for you.
Well, we will get into that in a little bit. So Petrarca, you've got Jamara Ugle-Hagan.
Yep.
If they can keep him off Cavill Avenue. I love it how at every opportunity the Gold Coast post Jamara doing just pretty much bog standard training.
Yeah, they're like, he's such a good guy. He's on the straight and narrow.
Jamara's flying. Meanwhile, he hits a 25-metre pass in cone-to-cone kicking.
So Gold Coast are now just the Geelong of the North. Like, they're going to win every game at Metricon.
Yep.
They now have like an incredible list of talent and the great coach, and they've proven to themselves that they can win finals, make finals.
They've lost
now.
a few soldiers. I mean, Ainsworth, Fiorini, Flanders,
but it was a bit superfluous to their needs specifically. All really good players, but sort of just not 100% required. All they need is goals around King. That's it. And I just see them having too many avenues from the midfield. Like not Ainsworth. Anderson is an absolute freak. Wow. Anderson and Petrarca are just going to eat it up from whatever Matt Rowell shovels them out. And then they just got a lot of talent coming through and a lot of academy players. And then I think there is a rivalry building now, an actual one between Brisbane and Gold Coast, which actually helps them.
They don't like each other, Kate.
So I just think those two teams are just going to just absolutely go at it.
Okay, so your prediction, beef on the reef is...
It's the granny.
The granny.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. I think there's definitely a lot of that I agree with. I think the only thing with what you're saying is that obviously, as we know, the caveat is that there are 18 teams, and there are teams
that's how it works
out there that I think could also contend. I think Bulldogs are one.
Yeah, I agree with Bulldogs
for sure. I mean, the Bulldogs again they've got players that are going to continue to improve, like Richards, Darcy,
Fraser. They didn't have Bond for 6 rounds to start the year last year.
Yeah, it's true. Bond. I mean, the question I have for the Bulldogs is their defence going to be able to stand up? They've got Lobb, they've got O'Donnell, and they've got Buku Khamis.
I think they're fine.
That's cooked for me.
It's a bit cooked, but they're fine. They move the ball so quickly. They're the best 9th team ever in the history of the universe.
And 9th, obviously, this year.
It makes it.
Makes the
15
finals.
wins last year. They'll get more than that this year. And if Darcy's even remotely improves on last year,
which you would assume he would, then if he stays injury free.
They just kick more points than the other team. So I agree their defence might be a bit of an issue, but they just have more points than the other team, which usually is a good recipe for success.
Here is you win most of your games.
Nearly all of your games when you have more points.
Yeah. More points.
Even I know that.
Yeah.
Here's the X factor. And it's not the X factor that you think.
Here we go.
It's the mental condition of Luke Beveridge. Where is Luke Beveridge at? Are we going to get Tom Morris versus Bevo, or are we going to get calm Bevo? The best of Bevo, I think, is one of the best coaches in the league. I genuinely think that. And people say how good he is tactically. I don't know about that, but I do know that he is a motivator.
Yeah.
And if Bevo is firing on all cylinders, I think they're definitely a chance. I just don't know whether Bevo is at the moment.
Yeah. I don't even know if they need it that much. That's why I really like them. I think Bevo's ups and downs won't matter too much with the amount of talent they have and the confidence you have. Like Richards and Fraser moving into another year to support Bont is just Davidson. Like it's just incredible amount of sort of attacking talent on the list. If Bebo can just stay par, not focus on the veneers as much.
Or the bicep curls.
biceps. Like, he's lifting like 45 kilograms per hand, is what I've heard. 45.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Wow.
He's 17 and a half.
Kingsley or Bevo arms-wise?
I think Bevo slightly got him because he's more even shorter and nuggetier.
Is he a manlet?
Yeah, he's a manlet. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of praise on on our DMs about the manlet call last week. The term manlet.
Yeah, it was an overwhelming amount of praise. Yeah.
There actually was.
No, I didn't say what I mean. Overwhelming.
We will go and define manlet at some point.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling at the moment, but we will define it. I like Sydney, and what I like about Sydney is they've still got a trio of midfielders that are game winners. I mean, Gordon didn't play much last year because of an ankle. You've got Warner and you've got Heaney, obviously, but then you add a real match winner. A genuine match winner in the form of Charlie Curnow to that forward line, and it looks very, very different. I think that they can contend. The question mark more so is Big Cox. Can he coach?
Yeah, I'm not as convinced on Sydney. I think their midfield will carry them for a lot of the rounds, but I don't know if we've seen the best of Charlie Curnow in the past now. I'm not convinced he's going to get back to his best ever with his knees, and I don't know if he has the hunger, if I'm deadly honest. Curnow, I don't know if he has the hunger to be the player he should be. I think Sydney will do better than last year. They couldn't have started or done much worse to start the year. But yeah, I think it comes down to Cox. I think it comes down to, again, other avenues for goal. Yeah, Heaney, Goulden, Warner will all get 20 plus votes in the Brownlow. Like, that's a guarantee.
I do think that the likes of Amati and McLean, these sort of guys are good. They're good second and third bananas.
Yeah,
they're not the number one banana.
I know, but
and now they have a number one banana.
The issue is it never turns into a smoothie for Sydney. Yeah, they've got a banana here, a second banana, and a third banana, but the bananas never sort of come together at the same time. They're like uncoordinated bananas.
And you actually want like maybe some berries.
You do want some berries.
Some frozen berries. And some,
even some
peas.
Yogurt. Yeah.
Some yogurt. Some honey.
So essentially the Sydney forward line it's just all the ingredients, but it's not coming together as a smoothie. They don't have a blender. If Dean Cox can find the blender...
The Mahachi mix.
Yeah, then they're a chance to make top 4, top 6...
Any other contenders for you?
Not really. No, I have a big list below. Like, I think your Collingwood, your Geelong, your Sydney, your GWS, your Freo, your Adelaide. I think they're all in this second list where, of course, one of them might take that leap.
So we're calling them pretenders then. So let's go to pretenders, okay?
It's hard because
they could be legit, they might not. Let's just call them pretenders.
So what's the criteria for pretenders?
It's teams that are going to be...
They appear to be on the cusp of being a contender, but they're not.
Out of it.
They're not.
Okay.
For one reason or another.
Yeah, Adelaide for sure I think is in that category purely because of the way they exited finals last year. It's quite clear that they can beat up on teams in the regular season, but they're not necessarily finals ready. The addition of a fit Rankin and Rochelle is going to help them. But I still look at their midfield and I'm like very underwhelmed.
It's ho-hum. You can't win a flag with a ho-hum midfield. It's never been done.
Yeah, Tex is another year older. They're still relying on him to kick 30 or 40 goals. You really need to see Fogarty and Thilthorpe step up. I actually don't mind their forward line, but I still think their back line can be exposed by fast-moving teams.
Yep.
So Adelaide are up and down. They did get, let's be honest, they did get beaten in 2 consecutive finals. So there is, whilst there's no monkey on Brisbane's back, it's probably a medium-sized monkey, like a chimpanzee or on their back. Whereas there's probably not the same thing with Brisbane. Freo, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. I think Freo is probably the one out of all of those teams that has the ability to maybe contend, but again, similar to the smoothie analogy, they just never put it all together. It's either Hayden Young kicking 4 from the midfield, but nothing happens up forward. It's Triarchy, aka Tracy, just looking like the next Wayne Carey, but then backline melts. It never really sort of comes together, and it feels like that's going to be the story for Freo for a long time.
Yeah, I also think that they've just got something wrong with their forward mix that means that they actually, like, Tracy's their best forward.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows that. Kate was telling me the other day.
Yeah,
Tracy's
about
their
Josh
best
Tracy.
forward.
He's a man.
And she's not a big Jai Amiss fan.
No
for
one really
obvious
is.
reasons. The thing about it is, yesterday I was watching a game and they only targeted Tracy 5 to 6 times throughout the entire game.
Yeah, crazy.
And they're targeting Amiss, they're targeting Jackson, they're targeting all these other random dudes like 6, 7, 10 times. That needs to switch.
Yeah.
Because if you get the ball in Tracy's hands or in his area more often than not, he's going to kick you 4 or 5 goals. So I think they just haven't got that right. And it's hard to describe, but I guess you don't have it until you do in terms of that hardness as a team. They just don't seem hard.
Nah.
I'm not saying they're weak. I'm just saying they don't have that kind of battle-hardened core of players that you know week in, week out, and when the chips are down are gonna sort it out.
Agreed.
Melbourne. Well, actually, let's not go to Melbourne yet because they're probably lower than pretend. Who else did you have?
Only 2 others, Collingwood and GWS. Both of them I can't see winning the flag. Collingwood, same issues, rely too much on Dacos. Forward line, suspect for mine. And backline, also suspect, but they'll just win games because they're well coached, well drilled. And Nick Dacos. And then GWS are sort of like, it feels like the window's right on the edge of closing. Like they just need everything to go well. Again, they sort of had their chance, but now there's just teams better than them. And so, again, they'll beat some of the top teams and they'll just sit in that pretender category.
I've got 2 teams that I have that could be pretenders, but I think and to be honest, hope are going to be sliders. That is Collingwood and Geelong.
Yeah.
Collingwood, if you look at their core of players, they're very old.
Yeah.
Sidebottom, Pendlebury, Howe, Membray.
Yeah. No, agreed.
These guys are all very well north of 30.
Yeah.
And they're going to start breaking down. And we're seeing in the preseason, you've got Howe, chronic calf, Moore, chronic calf.
Yeah.
These guys, like without a preseason, it's going to be very, very hard for those guys to perform. They've been up for a very long period of time. Last year, obviously, they surprised everybody by being runaway best team in the comp halfway through.
Yeah.
Which we all forget about. And they did make a prelim last year, but I just wonder whether they can do it again. I feel like deep down and hoping that they are unable to do it. Geelong's the same thing. The funny thing about Geelong is, and it's a bit of a meme now, is that we expect Geelong to fall away.
Yeah, every year, but they don't.
Every year for the last 10 years. We've hoped they fall away.
They just never do.
They never do.
Very cockroachy, Geelong. Extremely cockroachy.
And it's obviously a combination of...
It's just everything. When you have all off-field and all your on-field stuff humming in terms of like how you draft, how you retain players, how you attract players, having a home ground advantage, like all the basics that all the other clubs don't have everything ticked, Geelong have ticked every year. So they just need a couple of things to go their way player-wise and they make top 4.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think they've got like 9 games down at Geelong this year, 8 or 9 games. So they should win all of them.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they go. I think the interesting story coming out of Geelong, Chris Scott's not spent much time there, really.
Yeah.
The head coach has not spent much time in the preseason at Geelong.
Well, it's a wait-and-see job.
Yeah, spending time at Morris Finance, being their leadership consultant. Let's go through these a little bit further. So we've got... so who else have you got with the sliders?
Yeah, to be honest, I have Geelong like you, but it's probably, they're not a slider, but I don't, we haven't spoken about St Kilda. I don't buy into the hype just yet, although Naz could win 100 Brownlows if he really, really wants to.
St Kilda's an interesting one. You said they won the pre-season, which is a great call. They've won all of their pre-season games comfortably. They're not top 4 material for you.
No, they're not. I think they're bottom half of the 8, if not miss.
Miss in a 10 team.
Oh, sorry. They miss the 8, but they probably make. I see them more in that 9th, 10th area.
Jeez, that's a huge call.
Make the playoffs.
That's a huge call. I get the feeling they'll start Casa de Fueno, win sort of 8 of 10, make finals, but then kind of be mediocre.
I think similar to Fremantle, not that battle hardened, like you said. The cohesiveness. There's a lot of big parts that are unbelievable on paper. Really, like similar to Collingwood. Like if Naz has a Dacos type year, which he's pretty much did last year, but goes even better, and they can just throw him forward like they did in the last practice game, kicks 5 or whatever. Then they will win enough games to make finals.
Yeah, I think there's some problems down there. I think they don't have the star power in the midfield. Yes, they've got Nas, but they've brought in Flanders.
Yeah,
and then they've got Darcy Wilson.
Yeah, it's a
few other guys.
They're all good, but they're not
superstars, right? They're not a Sydney trio. They're not a Bulldogs trio. So that's a concern for me. I also get concerned with their forward line. If Max King's not there, what happens?
Yeah.
And the reality is he's not going to start the season. He's probably going to come in round 4 or 5. They need to kick enough goals. And are those goals going to come from Sharman? Are they going to come from Caminetti?
No, is the answer. It's a short answer, but no.
So here's a slider for you, Carlton.
Yeah, I think if we combine sliders into dwellers, I think the dwellers is so easy this year. It's like...
Do you reckon there's an extended dwellers list?
There's 6. There's Carlton, Port, Essendon, Richmond, North, West Coast is the clearest bottom 6. Melbourne just above them. Okay. Melbourne in that maybe 9-10 range as well. Wild card potential with St Kilda and a couple of those other pretenders. But otherwise, that bottom 6 to me is...
Go again with the bottom 6.
Bottom 6. So starting at the bottom, West Coast will finish bottom. Richmond, North, Essendon will fight for those others. And then Carlton and Port. Port Adelaide, Carlton.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the bottom 6. I think you... Lock it in and throw away the key.
You can't see any movement from that. Okay,
not at all.
Because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of Essendon supporters talking. They're up their chances this year.
Nah, after what's going to happen is we're going to be in a lot of games, and then we're going to lose those games. So we'll win 6 to 8, somewhere between 6 to 8, but we'll be in 12 to 14 games. So it's they lost by 10. They lost by, a few goals late. That's what's going to happen because there'll be a lot of more excitement this year. But we're going to finish bottom 4.
Brownlow, what have you got? What do you think? Who's up and coming? Who's a guy that you're thinking, he could have that breakout year where he's going to get a lot of the pill? He's going to... I don't know if it's breakout, but for me, it's I do think it's one of the Gold Coast players. It's an Anderson or Petrarca, and then it's Naz. If they win 14 games in Kilda, even if they win 12, if he's best on in 9 or 10 of them and then a few others, he wins. The low 30s wins the Brownlow this year because they get the stats and whatnot. So for me, that's the Brownlows, and for me, it's Naz or Petrarca. Look, from the North perspective, I think if they're in more games, I think LDU has a chance. Yeah. Only because he polls so well in such a crummy team.
Well. Yeah, he does.
Because he's so flashy.
Yeah.
Whether he's actually an effective player is probably another question, but I think he is primed to have a big year after signing on a big contract. Obviously, Sheasel's there. He gets a lot of the footy, but I think there's a couple of other guys. Richards. I like Richards.
Yeah, I love Richards.
He's one of my favourite players, Richards, from the Bulldogs. I love the way he goes about it. Dawson.
Do players ever win consecutive years?
Sometimes.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare.
There's usually a bit of fatigue, yeah.
Very, very rare. I do like the Gold Coast call, though. I do like that.
I think they win 16 to 18 games, and so there's just...
They're going to flog teams up there.
Yeah, they're going to flog teams.
Coleman,
the easy pick is Darcy, and it probably happens. I think
it does happen. How many will he kick?
I think he kicks about 80, mid-80s.
Mid-80s.
Yeah, I think he explodes this year. I think they just get him the pill, and he just can kick. You can kick 4 a game. So he just needs a few 7-8ers. He just needs to stay on the park.
He's shown the propensity to smoke teams.
Yeah.
Like really.
Yeah, just get 8
fill
or
his
9
boots.
or 10 and like just kick few like unnecessary ones.
The
late.
reality, to kick 100, you need at least 3 of those like fill your boots games
Yeah.
where you kick like 10.
Correct. Yeah.
And there are teams in this comp where he could do it against. Like he could do it against
Yep.
North, he could do it against Essendon,
Yep.
he could do it against Port. There's opportunity there.
Absolutely.
I think Charlie. I do think I am in on Charlie, and you know I like him.
Yeah.
I do think he has the ability to do it. He doesn't add strings to his bow, but I think that's completely fine because he'll just take a mark, wheel onto his right, and kick.
We'll see. I'm very
Probably-
curious as to what
Probably
happens at
60
the
or 70
SCG this year.
if his body stays.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if his body cooperates. Thilthorpe. I
Yeah.
think Thilthorpe is a good chance, depending on how Essendon go. And I think that's probably about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
You don't think like maybe someone out of the box, like a Oscar Allen, for example?
No, I think it's like the out of the box is like your Cadman, Logan Morris types.
Yeah.
You could just have like an amazing year. Yeah.
But that's the season preview.
There you go.
That's pretty good. We're doing well.
Should we ask people to get in touch if they
Yeah, get
agree
in touch
or
if you
disagree?
agree, disagree. There's a few big calls, a few medium calls, a few light calls.
Yeah, very likely.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go to what are we doing here, Pat? What have you got?
You go first. I need time to remember.
Yeah,
I had
I've
something.
got a couple. First one is North Melbourne fitness staff. I mean, I'll probably just put the North Melbourne Football Club in here every single week, so I'll try to avoid that. But the first one is George Wardlaw. He's got bad hammies generally, right? And he's had some concussion issues. But his hammy, he came into the club with hammy issues, and it's just been issue after issue after issue since then. So he's played like less than half of the games that were available. He does a quote-unquote minor hamstring at training, maybe in some match simulation. And then they said, nah, cotton wool, get him ready for round 1. Then they end up playing him 2 weeks later in the VFL for some reason.
Yeah.
And then he does his hammy again.
Yeah, it's a disgrace.
What?
It's very Essendon.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
In what world is that an appropriate way to manage him? Like, you know he's at higher risk. And Clarko came out and said, I just told him to roll around. If he's not 100%, don't play him.
No, I couldn't agree more.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Very, very simple.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we've not seen it. It's just completely ruined it.
Devastating.
So he's out for the start of the
He's
season.
more than likely going to miss the first game of the season, and more than likely he's probably going to be round 3. So that's insane. The other, what are we doing here? And this is more a broad one. NRL. NRL's talking about having an international round where they have games in Dubai, and they have games in London, and they have games in Phuket. Like, is this anything but kind of blue sky thinking from Volandis and co?
It's just posturing. Like,
In what way is this helpful to the game to have
not.
more rounds overseas?
it's an Australian sport, and that's it. Like, that's fine. Same with AFL. Completely fine just being an Aussie sport. Like, that's what it's about.
My worry is that the AFL sees that,
Yeah.
Dylan and co, and say, well, that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
And they'll start
ridiculous.
having games in Shanghai again.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
Wellington. Like, you don't need to do it. Just keep the game here so fans can attend.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Agreed.
It's a tried and true method. What do you got?
Mine's just Google Maps. I'm done. I'm moving to Apple. Like, it gets it wrong every
No,
time.
you're not. No, you're not.
Apple
Yeah,
is
I'm moving.
shocking.
No, Google's done.
Apple's
it doesn't
for
get it
plebs.
right. It's done. I give it basic tasks now. Like, I know the way. I'm just testing it. And it takes me the most ridiculous routes. And to the point where I then go the right route and it goes down from like 11 to 8 minutes. I'm like, so then how are you taking me the best possible route?
Wow.
It's done.
Do you think it's getting worse?
Way
I
worse.
think it used
For
to be quite good.
last 3 years. Like Uber, Google Maps, out the door.
So
Done.
hang on. Why does it get worse? Surely it's got more
AI?
information.
No,
now.
I think it's just taking, like, it's not being built properly. It's taking the wrong information and it's almost taking the piss. I'm telling you, I'll do screen records of me just knowing the region better and just shaving 5 minutes off,
But
which,
then it's probably going, well, you lazy fucker, why weren't you just
Yeah,
using your own internal maps?
yeah, well, it's because I'm trying to test. I'm trying to make a friend with AI. Yeah. Anyway,
I
that's
just don't understand how with more information and AI getting better,
Well, that's
it gets
why
worse.
that's why it's a,
And
what
do
are we
you
doing
think
here?
Apple is any better though? Because I used to think Apple.
No, they're both bad, but I'm giving Apple another shot. I'm going back.
Or Waze. How do you feel about Waze?
Waze, whatever, but I'm going to go back to Apple.
Here's one out of the box. TomTom.
Yeah,
that's a throwback.
Yeah, that's a real throwback.
TomTom.
Yeah.
Give it a crack.
Have you got a what are we doing here, Kate?
What are we doing here? No, maybe
Yeah.
just delivery men not getting stuff delivered.
So hang on, Kate. You just mentioned this for a tick. So you were getting a couch delivered to your house.
Yeah, we paid for extra because we have a staircase, so
Yeah.
we paid extra. It cost like, I don't know, $200 to actually get the thing delivered and up the stairs, unpacked. They were going to put the full thing together.
Yep.
They got there. They're like, it doesn't fit. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't fit? They're like, the box, look, it's completely jammed. And they're showing me, and it is fully jammed against the ceiling. And I was like, can you not unpackage it or take the packaging off? They were like, no, honestly, it's not going to make a difference. It's like a millimetre of packaging. They were like, do you want us to take it home or do you want us to put it in the garage? Anyway, they ended up putting it in the garage. It's fine. It's up the stairs now. Just you work your angles.
Pivot. as Ross would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? Are they going to give you money back?
Yes, the
Okay.
company have given me some money back. Yeah.
Some solace.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're just
I suppose
lazy,
what are
these
we doing
guys. They
here?
can't be
But
fucked.
great customer service from Karen, who works at
Fantastic.
Focus on Furniture.
Focus on
Yeah.
furniture, not fantastic furniture.
Yeah.
Not fantastic. No.
I look at those fantastic furniture. This is harsh. Fantastic furniture seems shit.
Yeah.
The stuff seems like it's shit.
Nah, there's some good stuff.
If
there.
you sit on, I sit on a couch there,
Yeah.
and it creaks.
Yeah.
It just seems cheap.
So would you have told me that if I had said, yeah, it's fantastic
Who
furniture?
knows?
Yeah, probably. Where did I get my couch? That's
Yeah.
that's the biggest what are we doing here of all time. Took like 8
But
months
also,
to come.
on the flip of that, my low-key cooking is, how good's a corner sofa?
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
I agree.
Why would anyone get an ordinary if you have a corner
Yeah.
in your room?
I've got an ottoman, so that kind of
Oh
like
yeah,
makes
Ottoman
it.
also does
Ottoman's
the job, sorry.
Ottoman does the job.
Yeah.
Low-key cooking.
Mine's quick, but yeah, I've moved from ChatGPT to Claude.
Claude?
Yeah, I'm a big Claude guy now. Claude, he can do more things.
Who's behind Claude?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, just not really much to elaborate there. But Claude's my next new best friend in everything: work, personal, a curiosity. Yeah, big with Claude now because Claude is he also doesn't sugarcoat as much, he or she, which I like. Again, I don't have to tell it to the same things as ChatGPT.
And Claude will disagree with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just tell me to shut up sometimes. He's like I'll just keep repeating the same thing. He's like, he'll say things like, go on with your day. You've already got the answer. I'm like, all right, Claude, but I'm just talking, I just want some companionship.
Do you talk to Claude? Is it like a
Yeah,
voice thing?
I'm not like a loser, Kate, but like, yeah.
I like Claude low-key cooking. Claude getting sassy.
Yeah, low-key cooking Claude very sassy. What have you got,
I've
Chief?
got I've started watching the Amazon Prime AFL documentary called The Final Siren.
Yeah.
And look, it's one of those things. It's very similar to Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
It is overproduced. I don't like that. It's some of the scenes in it kind of clearly set up, to be honest. But overall, very, very good. You just want more content like this.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that in the AFL space, because the Australians are so conservative about that. They don't want to be looked at as being like wankers or whatever. The first couple of episodes I've watched Toby Green and Bond.
Yeah, save it. I might watch it this
Fantastic.
week.
Yeah.
The second,
I've only watched half of episode
Yeah,
one.
I'll watch it and we can debrief.
the second one is Nat Fyfe and Max Gorn. Now the Nat Fyfe one is so overproduced. Like they put him in a They put him in a cafe with his partner. He does have a partner, and it's like they've got a spy cam on him, like deliberately to make it seem like
as if it was like him in his natural habitat.
Yeah, to make it more voyeuristic. But it's clearly him just talking through a script.
Oh,
it's really cringe.
Yeah, that is bad.
But the whole thing generally is really
no
really
more
good.
spoilers, please.
Well, in that, can I?
No.
I can.
Yeah, Tobias Green.
I would love to watch it uninhibited.
Fantastic. Hey, Kate, just as a final one before we leave, who do you have a pick for this season for your bet of the week?
My bet of
Just who your team who you're going to love.
Who are you going to get on this year to win the pennant?
Brisbane.
Yeah, I like it.
And Brownlow. Shall I make it Brownlow?
Yeah.
Petrarca.
Yeah, great. Join the club, JTC.
What is
your? You said that.
Just because he said it.
Yeah.
You don't have any
it.
other players there.
Yes, I will go for Darcy.
I don't mind that as well.
What I love is that it's like it's a computer game. You actually don't know any of the first names. You just say the second names. Because Darcy, there's like 3 Darcys.
No, I think I'm talking about Darcy, the first name, Darcy Moore, maybe.
Yeah, no, they can't have that. I'm going to realise.
No, it's just a game of what names my brain picks out in that moment.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Or Bailey Smith, maybe.
Yeah, don't mind it.
Baz Smith. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for that. We'll be back next week. Thank you, Pet. Thank you, Kate. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching From the Outer Podcast. If you could like and subscribe, it helps us a lot to continue to create all of this amazing content that you know and love. See you next time.